Hello, all. So, today, for our New Testament reading, we're going to go back to the beginning of the Gospel of Luke, start after the prelude. In the prelude, basically, Luke tells the person he's writing to, named Theophilus, that he's going to tell him all of the stories about Jesus that he's already heard, that he's going to tell them in order and in the fullest way possible. Which is why Luke is the one who tells us about the parents of John the Baptist, where we don't hear about those from the other evangelists. Anyway, so this is how it begins in Luke chapter 1, verse 5. In the days of King Herod of Judea, there was a priest named Zechariah, who belonged to the priestly order of Abijah. His wife was a descendant of Aaron, and her name was Elizabeth. Both of them were righteous before God, living blamelessly according to all the commandments and regulations of the Lord. But they had no children, because Elizabeth was barren, and both were getting on in years. Once, when he was serving as priest before God, and his section was on duty, he was chosen by lot, according to the custom of the priesthood, to enter the sanctuary of the Lord and offer incense. Now, at the time of the incense offering, the whole assembly of the people was praying outside. Then there appeared to him an angel of the Lord standing at the right side of the altar of incense. When Zechariah saw him, he was terrified, and fear overwhelmed him. But the angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zechariah, for your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you will name him John. You will have joy and gladness, and many will rejoice at his birth, for he will be great in the sight of the Lord. He must never drink wine or strong drink. Even before his birth he will be filled with the Holy Spirit. He will turn many of the people of Israel to the Lord their God. With the spirit and power of Elijah he will go before him to turn the hearts of parents to their children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord." Zechariah said to the angel, "How will I know that this is so? For I am an old man, and my wife is getting on in years." The angel replied, "I am Gabriel. I stand in the presence of God, and I have been sent to speak to you and to bring you this good news. But now, because you did not believe my words, which will be fulfilled in their time, you will become mute, unable to speak, until the day these things occur." Meanwhile, the people were waiting for Zechariah and wondered at his delay in the sanctuary. When he did come out, he could not speak to them, and they realized that he had seen a vision in the sanctuary. He kept motioning to them and remained unable to speak. When his time of service was ended, he went to his home. After those days, his wife Elizabeth conceived, and for 5 months she remained in seclusion. She said, "This is what the Lord has done for me when he looked favorably on me and took away the disgrace I have endured among my people." Now, there are a few things to pay attention to. Besides the discussion questions there, first of all, it's interesting that the angel tells Zechariah that his son is not to cut his hair and is not to drink strong drink. These are things, actually he doesn't say the hair. He says he's not supposed to drink strong drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even before he's born. We're going to see a sign of this a little bit later. Any of you who have heard the gospel reading for a Paraclesis service where the Virgin Mary goes and meets with Elizabeth, you'll remember that the baby, John, he leaps in Elizabeth's womb when Mary comes into the room. This is a sign of the baby, John, being filled with the Holy Spirit even before he's born. So that's interesting. The thing about Zacharias being punished by not being able to speak, that's interesting too. If any of you are interested in more detail for the Gospel of Luke, I will refer you to the Whole Counsel of God podcast by Father Stephen DeYoung, and he begins by talking about this exact passage. And he makes the point that Zacharias doesn't say, I don't believe you. He says, what will the sign be? And the angel responds, well, I'm an angel. Isn't that sign enough? But if you want a sign, here's a sign. You won't be able to talk until the baby is born and my words are fulfilled. So there's a sign for you. And I stole that from Presitera because she noticed that first. So, there's a lot more going on. I'm curious what you all got out of this. Send me a note and tell me what you got from it. And otherwise, I'll see you all on Monday for week 3. Have a wonderful evening.